Hello folks, and welcome back. This is the maple that we did the initial pruning on earlier this year, and in the 5 of the 6 months that we've had good weather and it started budding out, this is what I've gotten. Some back budding didn't take place where I'd anticipated, but that's why I left these elongated branches on here to do some thread grafting to put the branches where I want to put them, down here at the bottom of the tree. All the wounds are healing really well that we made and sealed, and we're going to look at those as well possibly. The process I'm going to start with now to do the thread grafting is what you can see here in the front. Leaf pruning this branch bare, and before I did that I made sure that these were flexible enough to be able to do the necessary technique that I wanted to do. So now I'm going to be stripping these, selecting the ones that I want to put on the tree, and cut the rest of the tree back so I got some room to work and get started. Alright, as you can see, we've gone ahead and selected our branches that we're going to want to utilize for the thread grafting in an attempt to balance energy down through these branches a little bit more versus straight up, since these are apically dominant. Went ahead and trimmed off a large branch in the back there that was growing up, and a main branch this way that was growing up. This will take on a new leader. Don't necessarily think that the tree needs to be this tall, but it's nice to know we got this in 1 year's time from where you saw it before. That's why I left the tree's roots on there, because I wanted as much energy as possible to push growth this spring, which is what's happened. So now the technique is, I've gone ahead and marked a few areas of the tree, and I've been looking at the tree for a really long time to try to figure out where I'm wanting to do these grafts, because these are going to be the primary branches for the bottom of the tree. And that's what I've come up with. So the next step on this is I'm going to have to get my tools out. I'm going to show you a few of the tools that I'm going to use to implement the grafting technique on this tree. Okay. We are currently about halfway through the grafting process, and I did this on purpose to keep it short, sweet, and informational. The tools that I've used to do this, number one, is a marking pen to mark the areas, like I said previously, mark the areas where I want the branch placement to be. Then I took this drill bit here, I don't know if you can see this or not, it's a really long, fine drill bit to make a pilot hole, and I started where I wanted the branch to exit at and went to the opposite side. That way I'm guaranteed good branch placement on the side that I intend to. I then followed it up with a larger drill bit, so it's graduated, and what that will do is it'll allow the thicker part to get through a thicker hole, and the thinner part will stay thin, so everything's going to be nice and tight when we get finished. It was just a matter of drilling a hole through. The next thing I did was got some wire, of course, and I wired the branches that I intended to do the grafting on. And I did that so it would give support to the branch where it goes through, and keep it from snapping. And it also helps to hold the branch in place on the other end, so it doesn't move a lot, so it can heal well. And you can see there used to be a lot of branches out here, and I only ended up needing 2 of maybe the 4 that were out here. This large branch I decided was too big to do what I was wanting to do, so I cut it off. I have a few more here. You look, you can see this one is wired, so you can bend it and hold it in position. What I'm going to do now is I have a few more thread grafts to make, and I'll explain a little bit more of the process once I get that finished. Alright, I've only decided to graft 4 branches on this tree, and the reason I'm going to only do 4 branches on this tree is the branches that I want to grow, I'm going to let them grow freely so they can thicken up a little bit, probably the size of my thumb, hopefully at the end. And I'll let them grow unchecked for a couple of years to make them thicken up real quick, and hopefully the tree will accept these grafts. as you can see, some of the technique that I utilized here, after I drilled the hole through this area and inserted the branch, I put toothpicks underneath it to prop the branch up, so at least one side of it is touching Cambrian. So hopefully it will help in the graft taking more readily than if you just stuck it in there and hope for the best. Some of these I scraped the top of the branch down to the Cambrian and took this X-Acto knife and carved around the top of it and met the two as well, and then put the toothpicks in there to hold it. That way I get even more potential success rate with it. This is another one here. This one is another one here. If you can see it or not. This one here where my thumb is. There's one right here in the back. I don't know if you can see that one either. Let me zoom out a little bit. This is another one here. All of this on the inside of here was green, which means it's 100% completely healed over, which would also be nice if I could get the other side, both sides of these grass unions to take. If not, not a big deal, because I plan on using this for the back branch. Of course, this one will be severed here and leaving this branch as the grafted, 100% grafted branch. I'll be cutting this one here, which is this branch. If I turn it around slowly, you might be able to see where this one entered. That back branch, I'm kind of hoping, if I get a chance, to get both halves of it to take. As you can see, I have this one kind of pointing up to meet that Cambrian layer, and this one down to meet the bottom part of the Cambrian. If I can take both of those, get both of those to graft unions to take, then that'll be another really nice branch placement. Another branch, and this one is a grafted branch as well. So from here on out, we will continue to water and feed it and fertilize it, and hopefully all the grafts will take, and then we continue on with the next phase, which would be wiring those grafts, wiring the grafts for shape, and the next phase is styling. I'll do slow 360 for you so you can see the development up to this point. And we'll zoom out and do full 360. Okay. And here's another full 360 of the tree, the entire tree as it stands right now. I like the proportions. Honestly, I'm thinking somewhere in this realm is the top of the tree. Maybe a little bit shorter. Haven't decided yet, but I have this here to keep the sap flowing up, and the more sap's flowing up, hopefully the quicker these will heal, and hopefully the graft unions will take. So here's a 360 of the tree as it stands. Stick it back out on the bench and let it grow. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.